Hey guys, so let's take a look at VeryWellHealth. This is an incredible, huge website, tons of traffic. I think there's some lessons we can learn from the content strategies that they're using. This is, what is this? An overview of orthopedic physical therapy. So this particular article came across my desktop. And then I scrolled down and I saw related articles and it got me thinking, I bet we can extract some useful information from this. So first thing I do is I always look at the thumbnails, look at the images, look at the graphics. Notice there's no words on any of these images. They're all high quality photography. Most of them are stock images. This guy with the green scrubs, we've seen him on Pixabay and other free stock photography websites. If I look at the titles, so you can see some consistency like here, physical therapy for a pectoralis major tear, physical therapy for a knee meniscus tear. I saw some other ones, so physical therapy for a fill in the blank. Then of course we have stuff like, if I come back down here, what else? I noticed another, there's benefits of getting across multiple titles that they had. There's a versus, so chiropractors versus physical therapists, occupational versus physical therapy, licensed massage therapist versus chiropractor, athletic trainer versus licensed massage therapist. You've got all of these different things. And then, of course, once we go into any of these articles, so physical therapy for then I go to pectoralis major tear, I can start scrolling down and just think about the formatting. So this is the H1 tag. Then there's this little subheading. So if I right click, go to inspect, you can see on the right, this is the H1. Then we've got this little subheading that is not an H2. It's just a large font subheading. Then we've got this little author box. Then we go into the main content. And so if we look here, we've got this blurb. Notice this is an internal link. So if I click on this link right here, it takes me to an internal page. But this website does not use internal links embedded in the content very much. I bet that's the only one in the narrative that you're going to see. Now we've got this image. If I right click on the image and I go to inspect, I take a look over here. It's a Getty image. There's a Getty image URL. What I'm specifically looking for is the alt tag to see here, alt, photo of a man performing a bench press. It's not over optimized. It says nothing about pectoralis major. It is what the alt tag is intended to do, which is to help the visually impaired hear or have a reader tell the visually impaired what is the picture about. Photo of a man performing a bench press. That's it. I'm looking at the URL for the image itself, other than saying it's a Getty image. They didn't even optimize the name of the file, just a bunch of gibberish.jpg. It is a width of 2,122 pixels, height 1,412 pixels. So even though on the screen, probably not even more than 600 pixels, it is a large format photo. This right here should be an H2. Which it is. So that's an H2 right there. Then we go into the narrative. This little block of code, it's probably, I was going to say it's probably a quote. They call it a call out. It's got that green blue bar on the side. So it just kind of breaks up visually. The element is aesthetically pleasing. We do have another internal link right here that takes you to another page. Then we've got a related article internal link. Right click on that, inspect. Interesting. Okay. Then we've got another H2. Then we've got some bullet points. It's indented. We've got another H2, more narrative, more bullet points with hyperlinks, internal links going to other related pages. Notice this one doesn't have an internal link, but this one does. Just means that they don't have an article for functional mobility yet. They will make one, they just don't have one yet. And if we look at the structure of the subheadings, the H2s, so let's go back up here. We've got the overall physical therapy for a pec tear. Pec tear recovery and rehab. When should you see a physical therapist, or when should physical therapy start? The PT eval, the PT treatment. Then we've got H3s. This should be an H3 where it goes into the PT treatment. Yeah, it's an H3. And then down here, this is just inset and bold. It is not an H4, correct? Then we've got, so these are all interventions, you know, so you can use this as a format, a structured format for your articles. You could have physical therapy for a sprained ankle, and then it would be the same exact format. So you'd come here, sprained ankle recovery and rehab. Then you would go, when should physical therapy start for a sprained ankle? PT evaluation for a sprained ankle. Physical therapy treatment for a sprained ankle. If we look at pectoralis tear, control C, control F, it's showing up 6 times on this page. We've got it here, we've got it there. Scroll all the way up. Now what's interesting is this says pectoralis major tear. Let me see. Pectoralis major is showing up 14 times on the page. And so same thing. Now let's do one more thing. Copy that, go to SEMrush, go to Keyword Magic Tool. Let's see. This is a 210 volume, 210 search volume a month, 53 keyword difficulty. It's absolutely something that's attainable for any of your sites. You should write a competing article. You should write a better article. Looking at this, what are the deficiencies in this article? There's no video. There's no original images. There's only one image. Types of tears, palpation, exercise. The exercises are super generic, you know, shoulder pulleys, isometrics, rotator cuff, but there's no pictures of the exercises. There's nothing to indicate reps and sets or intensity of the exercise. There's no identified functional deficits like, how do I know I have a pec major tear? How does a pec major tear affect my function? What are some things that a therapist would do to improve function? All of that is available. None of that is documented here. So, I mean, it's just an endless supply of potential content that you could generate from looking at some of these highly regarded, very successful media sites, and then deciding what exactly you want to do and how you can do it better.